In my current role at Funding Circle, my day-to-day is all about driving demand from digital channels. Now, to talk about ADM in the context of Funding Circle, we first need to describe what Funding Circle does. We lend money to small business. That's what we do. DNB shows 28 million SMBs in the U.S., small to medium businesses. We bought their list, but now what? Who do we target first? How do we reach them? What do we say? We split the need universe in two. First, your interest in a business loan in general. Are you in the market for a loan? Are you searching online for loans? Are you reading or researching the difference between term loans and line of credit, for example? Are you browsing the competition? Is there a public record of lien for your business in the last several months? All of these examples of in-market signals are what we use. The second part of the need universe is your engagement with Funding Circle. In other words, how deep in the funnel are you? Are you checking out our website and resource center? Have you opted in for our newsletter? Have you played with our loan calculator? Or maybe you started an application with us? If you think about it, this part is actually very similar to e-commerce B2C. Basically, where are you in your buying journey? To remind you, our goal is to fund the SMB, small to medium businesses. You can see here how messaging moves from left to right towards that funding. The greener the box, the more bottom funnel the message is, because this person is more and more ready to borrow. Let's look at each segment more closely. Not in market. This is the largest segment, of course, because most businesses don't need a loan at this exact moment, and even if they did, they wouldn't know of Funding Circle. But since they're business owners, it's likely that at some point in the future they will need capital. So we want Funding Circle to be top of mind. Next, in market. We use mostly direct mail and paid search because of the natural strong intent signal. But I will show you in a second another program we use to achieve intent at scale as well. For direct mail, we use our response model to prioritize the DNB account, and we mail them a letter to the business address. So as I promised, I wanted to share an example of identifying in-market accounts with LinkedIn, DNB, and Lattice. With DNB Intent, we query first accounts to show increasing research activity on relevant topics to Funding Circle. We then take these high intent accounts and we push them to LinkedIn using the Lattice, the DNB connector. From there, to identify the relevant people within these accounts, we use LinkedIn built-in targeting to reach the owner or the CEO. And finally, we do the suppression. We take the no-fit accounts that I showed you before and we suppress them from the universe in LinkedIn. So by combining all three, we're pretty much taking out the high-risk target, and we saw overall higher return. Now, let's go back to the final segment, the engage. As people move from both in-market and not in-market towards the loan offering on the website and the application, they enter the engage segment that drives different activation channels and messaging. We use direct mail, digital, and drip emails to reach borrowers in various stages and win them back.